Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
No, I entered the door on my right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No.
Wow. Yes. This room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room.
Absolutely.
Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
I know, look at that view. Look at that plant. Look at those HD textures. Wow.
Yes, really
Yeah,
worth it
yeah,
being
yeah,
here.
yeah.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, I didn't. I went this way.
Stanley was so bad at following directions.
I went this
it's
way.
incredible he wasn't
I
5
walked
years
around the
ago.
corner, and then I fell.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Oops.
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Absolutely, super duper, 100% in control of my destiny. Let's go on with this.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
Are you sure? I mean, it is nice being by myself sometimes.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Yeah, I'm not blind, Mr. Narrator.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors.
We're going to the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yes, Nate.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace, its subtle charm? No. Stanley knew it was something deeper, something darker.
No, actually, it's really just these blinds and that painting right there. Like, look at that summit.
Yes,
Yep.
really work. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
What if I don't wanna?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
I'm sure.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who's her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
But who is it? You could at least tell me that. Is it my grandmother? Is it my uncle? Because if it's my uncle, we're going to be on the phone for a while. I really don't think you or the people watching at home have the time to sit here and listen to me babble. Oh my god, whatever. Hello?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
The bread.
All right.
Be careful with them buns.
Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come
See
inside.
what? A
Let me
mannequin?
show you what's really going on here.
What are you trying to get me to see? A poorly put together mannequin? Like, look at this
This
woman.
is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
The what now? Good morning, employee 427. Press N on your keyboard. Okay.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Okay.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Please press 8. Can you...
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures.
Like what? The
From
Stanley
behind his
parable?
desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands.
I believe this guy.
It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Press L to watch TV. Okay.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
No, it didn't. Press Z to spend time with the boys. Me, my kids, and my Johnson.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Press M to prepare.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls.
And what now?
And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And
yeah, I remember that.
The Stanley Parable.
This sounds really stupid. Press 8 to tell kids a story.
It was a wonderful fantasy. And so in his head, he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
I love...
But there is no answer.
View.
How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
Press C to go to bed. Yeah, sure.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
He said don't do it, so I'm gonna sit here and wait. Patiently. Calmly. Devotion. Perseverance. So how's everybody's night? Doing good? Yeah, me too. Yeah, whatever, push the button.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself?
Well, I wasn't gonna push the button, but you made me.
How can I make him look at himself?
Give me a mirror. Press X to question nothing. Yeah, sure.
Suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose.
Which is?
The same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must.
You must.
Perhaps, well, maybe this time you'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Wow, rude.
And Stanley pushed a button, and I dropped.
Look, narrator, you need to stop doing that.
I got a story that'll waggle your eyes. I got a burger and a thingy of fries. I think we disguise our lives when we speak, but we show it with what we eat. We defeat eternal demons with heaps of internal shitty meat.